Well, hello there and thanks for joining me. Another week, another championship, and in this winter week we'll be racing the Volvo V60 Polestar in B class. Will I ever get a good starting position? Will I get to take the prize home? Will I be shoved wide or will I lose control? Let's find out. And remember, if you happen to enjoy this video, well, please press all the right buttons. First race up is the Bamberg Pinewood Trail. And if I'm not mistaken, yes indeed, it has some tight hairpin corners on gravel. And we start somewhere near the middle of the pack. Of course, in the middle of the human players, as Team Drivatar starts first. Let's see how many positions I can claim, if any. And here we go. First corner is a 90-degree corner. Try to avoid everybody and it, well, goes pretty well. And here I get shoved a little bit wide and I lose some momentum, but not too much. Be wary of this next jump and, well, just brake when you land. Although I brake a little bit hard here, as these cars do not go that fast. I'm holding 5th position at the moment and I try to cut back, but he shifts and, oh, I hit him in the back. And I try the same strategy, duck underneath him, and this time I'm able to make it stick. Going through the puddle, it's always can be nasty in Forza, as it can make you lose control of your car, especially if you hit it at an angle. I duck underneath this Drivatar as well, and then we are on the road. As I try to pass another Drivatar, and that makes me end up in 2nd position. The easiest way to pass Drivatars is indeed ducking underneath, braking that a little bit later than them, as they brake early. But it's no guarantee that you can make it stick, as they sometimes have magical powers. And speaking of magical powers, here is a Drivatar showing off his Harry Potter skills, but braking when he's just in front of me, and that, well, that messes me up. And as I investigate the color schemes of that nicely built wall, 2 Drivatars pass me without too much trouble, leaving me in 4th position and little time to do something about it. Again, I use the braking zones to outbrake this first Drivatar, and I would have catched the other one as well, but I hit him in the back. But in this section I try again and make it stick, but I go way too fast, but the wall points me in the correct direction. And also here I brake a little bit too late. Do not hit the wall, but the Drivatar is on my tail, but can't pass me, and I finish in 2nd place. 1st and 2nd place for Team Blue, the rest coming in slowly, but we have a nice lead, and that should be a win for us. Yes, it is. First race of this championship is a win for Team Blue, for the human drivers. And, well, Forza is again keeping us excited. And we go to the next race, which is the Mortimer Gardens Scramble. And to be completely honest, I absolutely loathe this track. I hate it. Maybe it's because I'm bad at it, I don't know. Maybe it's because it resembles a cross-country race too much. This track is difficult in my opinion, and well, not a very fun one. And of course, now Forza decides to put me in first position on the grid, meaning I have to try to avoid as much as possible any collisions with the drive avatars. But that allows me to gain several places early on. And then, well, Dragon has enough of it and decides to brake, causing me to lose a lot of momentum while Ionis comes blazing on the right side of the track. And, well, other team members think I should investigate the coloring scheme of the walls once more. Or maybe he just hates the coloring scheme of my car, I don't know. And then I somehow bottle it all of my own. Well, I avoid the wall just, but then another team member decides otherwise. And I'm in 5th place now. And this last sector shows exactly why I do not like to go around this track. Also, the cross-country track at this location is not my cup of tea. And then, well, rejoining at its finest. And I see my momentum fly out of the window, which is pretty cold in this winter time. Going towards the flag. He almost pushes me out of the checkpoint, and well, I return the favor more or less. And we start the second lap in 4th position. Don't look, don't look! A little wall grinding to keep me going. How amazingly vicious of me as I go a little bit wide. But watch the shadows on the ground as I approach this next corner. Well, I think I managed to barely escape the apocalypse that went on behind me. And even now, when driving in my own space, I do not really enjoy this track. Maybe it's because I make too many mistakes on this track. Little mistakes that can lose you a lot of time, small jumps that can go wrong, a lot of street furniture with undesired effects, as I am slowly gaining on the drive avatars. Oh my god, did he just brake check me? If so, I was very lucky. He just ghost shifted away from me. And well, I very bravely went to that checkpoint, hitting the drive avatar in 2nd place, almost made me lose control of the car. And we start the final lap in 3rd position. This time I'm in avoiding the wall, but hitting. I eat dog food. I keep on his tail, and well, with the bumping going on this section, his cars go a little sideways, and to correct, he just drives straight at me, but then lucky me, he brakes and I gain his position. 1st place is way off in the distance, and this last sector finally goes smoothly as there is nobody to push me. And I finish in 2nd position, 2nd to Ionis. And well, I see a pattern emerging here. Next couple of places are for Team Drivatar, but we have a solid lead in points. Seems like another victory for us. Well, nothing much changes, so well, our team is completely in, so yes, it is a win. 2 races done, 2 races won. 3rd race will be for fun only. Will we see a repeat of the previous 2 races? Anuyas finishing 1st, me battling it out with a couple of drive avatars and barely finishing 2nd. Let's find out in this last race. And for the last race, we go to the Holyrood Park Trail. And I wouldn't mind starting on pole position for this race, as this is one that I really like. I did a couple of rivals on this track, and I also used it to test B-class rally cars when they were added to the online roster. Never tried the Volvo though. And would you believe it? Would you believe it? My bribery to Playground Games actually paid off. Who would have thought? I'm starting in first position. Off we go. And I'm trying to weave through the pack of drivators once again. And I'm managing. First real corner and I'm in the lead, but I'm going in too valiantly and I can't avoid the wall. But I only temporarily lose my first position. Hairpin coming up and I'm shifting down in first position and get a nice little punt from a teammate. I almost lose my car, forget the shift, but manage to get back in check for the second hairpin. Well, no words can describe this situation. Well, not any words I can use here anyway. I lost the flow for this section, shifting is off, not taking any good racing lines, but I'm hell-bent on passing him. So I cut through the bushes and pass him. The braking of this car, however, is not top-notch. And, well, almost hit that wall. And down we go onto the road. And I get a decent run. Only hitting that one sign, so pretty good, pretty good. Ayunis was also able to get ahead of that punter, and I brake nice and early. Also here, nice and early. Shift back to second point as I want to take this cleanly. And also on this 90-degree turn, I shift back to second. And those couple of corners from the one before the 180 turn until this last 90-degree turn, those are really important in this race and can make or break your run. But we're in the clear now, and this section I find very, very fun. And well, I'm pretty good at it. And there's only one thing to worry about now, and that is the very wide turn that brings us to the airfield. And I often mess this one up, as I still leave Ayunis behind me. And also this corner goes, well, apart from just hitting the snow, the grass goes very well, and I don't think that he will be able to catch me. Ayunis in second position as I come across the finish line in first place. And well, of course, Ayunis takes second position. And we have a very, very strong result this race. Team Drivatar only manages to score 400 points, which makes it a nice victory for Blue Team. 3 races, 1 out of 3. And, well, I must admit that my little victory dance this time is well deserved, as I had a pretty good run. We win this week's Natural Habitat Co-op Championship, and the grand prize is a Chevrolet ZR2 pickup truck. That's it for this week. Thanks for joining me on this week's trial, and I hope to see you next week. That was a lot of weeks in a small amount of sentences. Well, if you did enjoy the video, you know, press all the right buttons if you please. See ya!